think Israel has more powerful propaganda than Hamas?
Oh, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No, I don't think they have. I don't think they're putting the money in the propaganda.
I forgot about the Hamas American super PAC that buys all of our Congress.
Dude, it's so beautiful when you can't be bought and you're standing on the right side of history, because it's like the truth costs nothing. They need all of this. They need the whole apparatus. They need every bit of money and power and resources to keep the lie going. But the truth is very simple.
God says that America will be blessed if we do stand.
Here we go. Here we go with fucking insane zealotry from a Zionist pastor.
With, to some great degree,
this is where I think we come into an issue, because we all agree that America is heading in the wrong direction. I think we all agree that. So how can we claim that we've been blessed for supporting Israel all these years when clearly America has suffered since we've been supporting Israel?
Suffered because we've had some lousy leadership, no doubt about that. But
they all supported Israel.
As far as the politics,
they all supported Israel. Every single one of them.
They said they did.
Name a president that didn't go and kiss the Wailing Wall.
Joe Biden was not very friendly towards the Jewish people. He would have done everything he could.
That wasn't the question.
What's that?
Name a president that didn't kiss the Wailing Wall.
Oh, I have no idea on who did or did not kiss the Wailing Wall. JFK.
Only one.
Okay.
That's what I just made a video sketch on. That's funny.
We all know what happened.
So the beauty of Donald Trump is that he'll often tell you a truth lined as a joke. That's a gaffe. Well, first of all, you remember when Donald Trump tweeted this out? Sheldon Adelson is looking to give big dollars to Marco Rubio because he feels he can mold him into his perfect little puppet. I agree.
When was this?
That was from October 13th, 2015, when Trump was running against Marco Rubio for the Republican nomination, and he said that Sheldon Adelson was giving all this money to Marco Rubio so he could be his puppet. Well, now Sheldon Adelson is dead, but his widow is still alive, and she gave Trump $200 million. So now he's the puppet, right? First of all, I guess that's the reason why Rubio looks like he just got fisted. But anyway,
Trump looks like he just got fisted.
So listen to this, and we'll talk about it at the end.
Broken promises from many other American presidents. You know that they kept promising. I never understood it until I got there. There was a lot of pressure put on these presidents. It was put on me too, but I didn't yield to the pressure. But every president for decades said, we're going to do it. The difference is I kept my promise and officially recognized the capital of Israel and moved the American embassy to Jerusalem.
He's pointing at his donor. He's pointing at Miriam Adelson. I did it for your money.
Isn't that right, Miriam?
Yeah.
Look at Miriam. She's back there. Stand up, Miriam. Stand up.
So this is the president of the United States of Israel describing how he does not want the world to know about his time on the island.
I hope that's what it is, Jimmy. I hope he's not just protecting Israel. He didn't even engage in that, because that's worse.
Because that would be worse. It's for money. Here we go.
Miriam and Sheldon would come into the office. They'd call me. He'd call me. I think they had more trips to the White House than anybody else I can think of. Look at her sitting there so innocently. She's got $60 billion in the bank, $60 billion. And I think she's saying no more. And she loves Israel, but she loves it. And they would come in, and her husband was a very aggressive man, but I loved him. He was a very aggressive, very supportive of me. And he'd call up, can I come over and see you? I say, Sheldon, I'm the president of the United States. It doesn't work that way. He'd come in, we would do. But they were very responsible for so much, including getting me thinking about Golan Heights, which is probably one of the greatest things to ever happen to Israel.
So there he is admitting he gave the Golan Heights to Israel because of his donors. That's who runs your foreign policy, ladies and gentlemen. Wealthy Jewish donors.
Miriam, stand up, please. She really is. I mean, she loves this country.
And by this country, he means Israel.
She loves this country. Her and her husband are so incredible. We miss him so dearly. But I actually asked her, I'm going to get her in trouble with this, but I actually asked her once, I said, so Miriam, I know you love Israel. What do you love more, the United States or Israel? She refused to answer. That might mean Israel, I must say.
Whoa!
Wait
a minute.
He's violating so many rules set forth by the ADL.
First of all, that's anti-Semitic to say that someone has a loyalty and loves Israel more than their own country. That is legit anti-Semitism as we understand it. But what I think with Donald Trump, you know how Trump has a sneaky way of giving compliments while letting the cat out of the bag at the same time and revealing who the real manipulators are? I think that's what he's doing there. I think,
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can say he's crass and unsophisticated, but if you say he's stupid, that's only because you're stupid, because that's what that sounds like. And by the way,
what does crass mean? It means you blurt out the truth like an asshole.
Yeah, so
that's what it means.
He's saying his top donor, Miriam Adelson, loves Israel more than the United States. Now,
wait, Jimmy, let me just point out in that documentary about Bilbo Not a Jew, she's disgusted by the Netanyahu's corruption. Miriam Adelson, you can see her being interviewed by authorities, and she is aghast at how corrupt the Netanyahus are. That bitch.
So this comes directly from the IHRA, which is the International Holocaust Remembrance Association, accusing Jewish citizens of being more loyal to Israel or to the alleged priorities of Jews worldwide than to the interest of their own nations. That is considered anti-Semitic. And Glenn Greenwald,
Jonathan Pollard, the spy.
Glenn Greenwald, he points this out. One irony of Trump's strong insinuation today about Miriam Adelson, that she loves Israel more than the United States, is a statement that is prohibited and subject to punishment as anti-Semitism under the expanded IHRA hate speech rules that Trump forced American universities to adopt. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
I get why she's like that. Why is Mike Johnson like that?
Here is, right? So here is from the IHRA, which is the International Holocaust Remembrance Association. This is the list of stuff they say is anti-Semitic. Contemporary examples of anti-Semitism in public life, the media, schools, and workplace, and the religious sphere could, taking into account the overall context, could include, but are not limited to, calling for, aiding, or justifying the killing or harming of Jews in the name of a radical ideology or an extremist view of religion. So that means if you side with Palestinians, that is anti-Semitic. Even though Palestinians are legit Semites. Making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as collective, such as especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media. It's getting harder and harder to say that's anti-Semitic when a Zionist Jew just bought TikTok and 1/6 of all the media in the United States.
I know Barry Weiss is not that good of a journalist that she would be put in charge of CBS. I met her personally. I've spoken to her. Doesn't seem like somebody who would be put, seems like a silly rich girl, and I'm being charitable to say that.
You can't say that a world Jewish conspiracy or Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions. Well, certainly the Israel lobby controls our government. They brag about it. They brag that they win 96% of the elections. They brag about it. What do you so people are seeing through this, right? So that's why calling someone an anti-Semite doesn't have any sting anymore. People wear it as a badge of honor. Accusing Jews as a people of being responsible for real or imagined wrongdoing committed by a single Jewish person or group, or even for acts committed by non-Jews. Denying
that's weird, because Hamas, you know.
Because what?
Because Hamas, you know, you can kill all the Palestinian kids because of Hamas, right? It's unfortunate. It's just war, right?
So, yeah, so when they say real or imagined wrongdoing, like all those videos coming out of Gaza, they were just the imagination of a cell phone? So was it pretty safe to assume that it's illegal to accuse them of anything they are actually doing? Because nobody puts this much work into stopping a lie. That's never happened all through history.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
That's right. Oh, here's another one. Denying the fact, scope, mechanisms, for example, gas chambers, or intentionally of the genocide of the Jewish people. So you can't deny that they used gas chambers or that there was a genocide of the Jewish people at the hands of the National Socialist Germany and its supporters and accomplices during World War II. So you can't deny the Holocaust in any way, shape, or form.
But I should deny others, right?
But you can deny other Holocausts, like how they denied the Armenian genocide and how they're
absolutely do that.
How they're denying the genocide right now that they're committing against the Palestinians. That's okay. No
genocide as defined by Jews, which is a definition I agree with.
That's right. And the next one is accusing the Jews as a people or Israel as a state of inventing or exaggerating the Holocaust. They would never exaggerate. I mean, everything they're saying is lies and contradictory, but they would never exaggerate about the Holocaust. That's
I'm sure the early Zionists didn't have a plan to sacrifice any of their own people because they don't do that now.
Accusing Jewish citizens of being more loyal to Israel or to the alleged priorities of Jews worldwide than to the interests of their own nation. That's what Trump just did.
I'm accusing Larry Ellison of that right now on your show, Jimmy.
Okay.
I mean, he clearly is doing that. He says it out loud.
He says they admit this. The reason why they had to take over TikTok was so they could control the narrative for Israel and Zionism.
Because that works.
Again, this is all backfiring. They're so bad at this PR thing.
So can I just give a piece of advice? Try being more pushy about it.
Yeah, try being more pushy. Applying double standards by requiring of it a behavior not expected or demanded of any other democratic nation. So they're saying they're holding Israel to a higher. So you can't hold Israel to a higher standard.
Even though they're chosen, even though they're chosen people, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean at this point. Hey, don't hold them to a chosen standard. No,
I don't hold a double standard, Kurt. I of course also oppose the terrible Canadian genocide as well, where those treacherous Canucks are wiping out American jobs for comedy writers on sitcoms.
I condemn America. So no, I'm not double standard. I've never voted or believed in democracy here.
And here's the final things that they say are anti-Semitism. Using the symbols and images associated with classic anti-Semitism, like claims of Jews killing Jesus or blood libel, to characterize Israel or Israelis.
Well, they're blowing up them churches now, though. I mean, hey, the Jesus thing I can forgive because that was the whole plan. Then he dies. But this part where you're blowing up Christian churches, it's weird to hear none of the Christians, Zionists, talking about it. They only talk about like Uganda. But they don't mention the Orthodox Christians being blown the fuck up in Syria and Israel.
There isn't, Kurt, there isn't a GPS that could draw you a straighter line to who is actually guilty than these new regulations. If they were any less subtle, they could be a sketch on SNL, for F's sake.
The last one makes me mad because these are the assholes telling you,
This one holding Jews collectively responsible for actions of the state
Zionists
of Israel.
say that Jews are all Zionists.
That's right.
They're the ones, Nazis and Zionists, say they're the same thing. Not me.
That's right. Guess who conflates Zionism with all Jewish people? Zionists and Nazis.
Guess who is in on it together? And you have a coin with a swastika and Zionist shit on the other side.
That's right.
Guess who collaborated?
Wow. So I'll be interested to see what happens to this segment. I'll be interested to see what happens. Let's see if by the way, I'm not suicidal. I hope everybody in Israel knows that. I'm not suicidal. I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to the next 30 years of my life. My father lived an extra 33 years. I'm really looking forward to that. My dad was healthy all the way to the end.
That's unusual for a cop.
My dad, he didn't get of course he had anger and rage like of a guy who was like he didn't
not
drink.
A dirty cop in the dirtiest fucking city.
He was not a dirty. My dad was not a dirty cop. I was hoping he would take a payoff. So I was like,
no,
Dad,
that's why he's like that.
I'm getting sick and tired of drinking powdered milk over here. Would you take some money?
Yeah.
He didn't. He wouldn't do it. My dad was a straight arrow in that way. And I don't need your sarcasm, Misha.
It was just a sarcastic hiccup.
Yeah. So yeah, just letting you know, we'll see what happens with this. And if you like to hear me bring people together in hate around Zionism, you can come see me in Irvine this Sunday, October 19th. I'll be at the Improv in Irvine. Then we're going to Australia, Burbank, California, the day after Thanksgiving, Pottstown, and then guess what? We're going to be January 11th in Waikiki at the Blue Note. See you there. Go to jimmydore.com for link for tickets. Over to stuff.
Jimmy, we're going to go to Rumble.
Okay, let's go to
All
Rumble.
right, we will see you at Rumble, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the link. Just put it in the chat. You'll be seeing it. Hold on, I've got to pin it.
Did you ever see a CIA guy confessing to killing Bob Marley on his deathbed with some kind of thing that gives you cancer?
No.
Yeah, it's a real guy that did. I mean, maybe he's just lying, I guess. A CIA guy on his deathbed. I'm sure he's just lying on his way out, and it's not what happened.
Looking for a natural way to promote and maintain your liver health? I found a clinically supported, potent, and effective solution, and I can't wait to share it with you. It's called Dose. Dose for Your Liver was formulated to cleanse your liver of unwanted elements, aid digestion, and maintain your body's filter. Why does this matter? Well, your liver is the second largest organ in your body, and it's mine's the third, and responsible for over 500 functions. It acts as your body's filter, flushing out unwanted elements and breaking down what you consume into essential nutrients. In a double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trial, Dose for Your Liver lowered liver enzyme levels by 50% in over 86% of the participants. Just one dose for your liver is equivalent to 17 shots of turmeric juice, but it's so delicious, you'll want to have more, and believe me, it's delicious. Save 25% on your first month of subscription by going to dosedaily.co/Jimmy or entering Jimmy at checkout. That's DOSEDAILY.co/Jimmy for 25% off your first month subscription.